Hello world, welcome to another installment of the Buggy-sama Fan Club. Today is Saturday, June 7th. We have discussion, yay, once again. I am your boy Jahan. I'm here with
Alex Nada.
yeah, and our special guest all the way from Japan, Johnny! He was supposed to say his own name, but he didn't.
Oh, sorry man. Hey, hello everybody.
Okay, this week we've only had updates from Bleach and Naruto.
So sad.
Yeah, because unfortunately Oda, he's having some troubles in his mouth, like Japanese people do.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to insinuate.
That's not supposed to insinuate anything. We'll just ignore that last comment and move along with our lives. All right, man. So, our updates this week, yeah, like I said, Bleach and Naruto. We're excited to have discussion, or at least faking our excitement to have discussion on this.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, we'll jump right into it this time. No random words and talking and unnecessary speech. We'll start with Bleach this week, and it was episode or chapter 583, The Headless Star 2, as in a continuation of The Headless Star 1. Now,
What exactly is the headless star anyway?
I have no idea.
I don't
Is that
know.
like a foreshadow?
I feel like he just is not very creative with his titles, or maybe like they're not like good at translating his titles into an effective English meaning.
Actually,
knows?
I think he purposely titles everything in English. So maybe it's his fault then. If it makes no sense, it's his fault.
The Headless Star.
Yeah, the headrest star.
All right. So
Staru.
to like quickly and happily go over what happened. Pretty much nothing happened this week, as pretty much all that happened is the 4 Sternritter sluts try to like get at him and they can't do shit to him, and then he whips out like a bitch Getsuga, and then he whips out a badass Getsuga. So
Getsuga Jugi show, right? The crossblade.
yeah, the Jugi show.
I think that's literally like that's the only thing that happened. That's like the only development that
was like
occurred.
The whole point of the entire chapter was to introduce the Getsuga Juji show.
On like completely useless father, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't even pulled out on like someone notable.
Like he could have totally killed them with his bare hands, but he was like, nah, bruh, I got this. Juji show. And the last panel was, I thought it was cool, you know, his suit is kind of cool. The giant ass plus sign or cross or whatever you want to call it with the circle around it. That's kind of cool.
You know what's funny is the right slash is clearly so much larger than the left one.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. I mean, he's a teenage boy. He's got needs, so.
One thing, though, that I kind of wanted to point out is if you look at his swords, one of them has a huge ass hole in the blade part, and one of them has like a small hole in the handle part.
That's it, really?
Yeah, he's got a hole in the handle part there, and
Yeah.
if you look at... Where's the other one? Where's the other one?
Totally,
Boom.
Yeah.
Huge ass hole in the blade part.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I think...
That's totally reminiscent of something. It's some,
In the left blade is
sort.
what?
Hello?
A hollow, man. Hollows have holes in them.
Oh, ha! I got you. Okay.
So,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to go back and check my references because I'm a bitch, but if we go back and look when he's holding the swords for the first time, the hollow one is on his right side, which is the larger one, and the fake Zangetsu is on his left side, which is the small one.
Yeah, it's like a lot shorter. It's
Yeah.
like almost like a kitchen knife, but it's like fatter.
Like an awkwardly shaped brass knuckle, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Yeah.
Pretty deep.
Yeah. Credits to Daniel Garcia, who is not with us, for pointing this out to me, actually.
Ah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said that, he was like, dude, if you look, one of the swords has like a big ass hole in it. I was like, alright, cool, man. And then he also pointed out, dude, I think if you go back and they're like standing and, whatever. Yeah, credits to Daniel Garcia. Big Cass couldn't join us, though.
The one with the hole in it should have been white.
Mm.
Like the blade should have been white, and then the Zanpakuto one should have been black.
I don't know about that, though, because his sword was always black.
No, I know, but like the whole isn't like hollows are like white, right? That's not the whole thing. Like they're just his alter ego turns like completely white. The robe it wears turns
or
white.
Shiro
Right?
Shiro Katsaki.
Yeah, so the blade should be like a reverse color. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
I guess it'd be hard to look at, though. Because his plain ass drawings with the plain ass backgrounds, like, is that the sword or is that what is that?
Is that a line?
Or is that
like
actually
part of
just the
the
background?
Yeah. Is he just like, did he lose his sword in his swing and he's like swinging his hand at him? Or,
Okay. No, but I mean, you can still make it clear though. I mean, like the lightning chick is all white, and you can still kind of tell.
But the contrast with his sword kind of makes it happen. See those lines right there? Like, if he was fighting with like other people, maybe it wouldn't be as cool. I don't know. I get your point. I agree that it's a solid point, but I feel like Ichigo was always just wearing all black. It just kind of goes with him.
Dude, this chick would totally give Zoro a run for his money. She's a sextuplet wielder. Oh.
Sextuplet sword?
Yeah, dude.
Twice
Double
as much.
Zoros. Zoro ain't got shit on her, dude.
I think like Zoro would like beat her and then whip out his dick and be like, God damn, you kind of
just like skeet on her, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, why
so
you
yeah, like you said, this chapter was just kind of like a build up for that final attack. I guess Kubo likes to do these series or like these multi-chapter things. It's kind of like an extended chapter.
Yeah.
Probably reads a lot better in the book, but well, I don't know. That's saying a lot, but yeah. It's probably the same. But you don't have to like wait every week for just this little thing.
That's a good point, though. Actually, like when you read the manga volumes, like even though his developments every week are so weak, it's like when they're compiled together, it just seems like
it flows as a story.
Well, no, it flows as like choreography,
like one long
fight choreography, like artistic movements of like they're like all like this panel right here where Ichigo kind of like lightly slashes right and basically repels her lightning thing. It kind of reminds me of like the Japanese art form Oshuji, where like you have like the black ink and then you kind of like
do like the sweeping motions,
slightly, and then it's kind of like I feel like that's kind of what he's trying to channel there. Is like it's he's mastered his ability so much. It's kind of for him it's like an
artistic,
art,
yeah.
Dude, it would have been so badass if like he repelled that lightning and then they were playing like tennis with it, like Ocarina of Time, You have to like I think some boss, I think Ganondorf, he shoots like a lightning bolt at you. You have to like keep repelling it until he misses it, right? Have you played Ocarina of Time?
Dude, I've never played a single Zelda game.
I'm with you there. I've also not
oh my
done
god,
this.
dude.
Yeah, dude.
We had lives, somewhat.
Dude, where were you guys in the 90s, man?
Playing Pokemon, dude.
Dude, I was being weak in the 90s, man.
Dude, I was playing Pokemon, man.
Super Smash, Pokemon.
Yeah, Super Smash, Pokemon,
dude,
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Zelda,
Digimon.
Dude, Zelda. Oh, yeah. All good stuff.
I never got on that stuff, dude.
I was ocupado, man.
God damn it. Well, then my reference doesn't work for you guys, but maybe if someone's listening, they'll understand what I'm saying.
No
dude,
one likes
like, like, remember Street Sharks, dude?
Street Sharks? Oh my god, that random TV show where they were like a knockoff.
Was that a
of
Japanese
Ninja
anime?
Turtles?
No, I don't think so.
I just considered it as like a knockoff of Ninja Turtles, pretty much.
Kinda, yeah.
But to add to what you were saying, like about like the Ojushi or whatever.
Oshushi.
Oshushi?
Yeah. Oshuji. Yeah.
Oshuji?
Yeah.
From what I understand about that, I don't know how to write it or anything, but you had to be really, really fucking good and precise at those motions. So your point is
I did it as a kid, and I remember the biggest rule was like in Oshuji you can never do the line again. So you get like one chance to do the sweep. And if you can't go back and sweep over it again if your first sweep wasn't good, because then when you flip it over, you can see that you tried it again.
Okay.
And so it would kind of ruin the way it looked. So it's like, to your point, it's like it is about like a real masterful skill where you like, you only get one chance to do this one line.
And like how calm he looks, just like face.
If you had one chance, one opportunity.
Shut up. And like
let it slip.
The contract.
Let what slip?
The nip.
Dude, that Eminem song, dude.
Dude, the contrast between how pissed she is and how calm he is also really cool to me. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a very easy way of saying like one is just much more superior than the other.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's so calm. It's like he doesn't have to worry about.
Kubo has his moments sometimes.
Wait, here's a question. Here's a question I have for you guys. Who's stronger now, Kenpachi or Ichigo?
Isn't it clearly Ichigo?
Yeah.
Because,
is it clearly Ichigo?
Yeah, because he got like wrecked by these chicks, and then
he was already at like 10%, dude. He was at like 1%.
I don't really feel like he didn't really seem that strained to me after that first battle with the creative dude.
No, dude, he got placed into that black hole and he fucking got raped in that shit. Remember? He was like bleeding out of his eyes and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, Kenpachi's dealt with worse than that.
perhaps.
Definitely
Perhaps he has,
worse.
yeah.
I mean,
Has Kenpachi dealt with
that
worse
was
than that?
yeah. Past Kenpachi has dealt with way more pain than that, and he was a lot weaker than he is now.
I'll give you the
Right.
lot weaker thing.
So
I
it's
don't
like-
know. I feel like that was like a considerable amount of pain that he was in, but the lot weaker thing. That's
yeah, but
true.
what is pain to Kenpachi though, right? Isn't he just supposed?
I
to
think
be
he
like
invented that.
He's supposed to
actually.
be a tank, right? Isn't that essentially what he is? Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
fucking-
Yeah,
invented
dude,
it.
and he tanked the crap out of that, all that beating that he took.
Eh.
I mean, I guess because the enemy that he fought was so not intimidating that we didn't get the sense that
yeah, definitely.
he was like
Yeah, 'cause
causing
he-
such a beating. But
Punk-ass
I
little-
guess
punk-ass little kid.
like the
well, I mean,
results
I
are
feel
supposed
like
to speak for
that's
themselves.
all you can go off though, right? Is like
Well, the results. I mean, look at the results. Like what happened. He clearly.
right. I
was
know, but because of the way it comes off, it's like no, I don't think he's clearly what is trying to be expressed here is that Ichigo is far superior, right?
Well, I guess if we're going by like, oh, the main character is clearly stronger, but
You can speculate, I guess, but I think the most reliable information is how you feel off the chapter. What has the author like kind of give you a sense of? And my
that's
sense
not the most
is-
reliable information.
Dude,
God damn it.
Dude, definitely, yes it is, man. Author's intent, man. That's where it's at. If he failed to make that intent more obvious, then that's his fault.
Yeah. So I guess a lot of things could be said.
I feel like the whole point of Grammy the Goblin looking like a small child and not that intimidating was to show just how he was crazy strong, even though people don't give him credit for. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what you guys were just talking about. I just stepped back
Yeah,
into the room.
that's a good point, I guess. Like it's a contrast, but
We are now
Kenpachi
good
is
to go.
too gnar, man.
What about him was so gnar though? Like he didn't do anything really that different from what he's done in the entire series, right? He just took a crap load of damage and then swung his sword a few times
And wrecked someone.
that was it. Like there's no sort of indication that he had really changed. Honestly, that was one of the bigger disappointments. You know. Oh, he
Well,
had a
he achieved
bankai,
Shikai.
right?
Yeah.
He revealed his bankai.
Shikai.
But what the fuck?
Shikai.
Oh, it was a
Shikai, yeah. So we don't even know what his Bankai does.
Okay. So maybe he's gonna come back later then.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So his
gonna need
Shikai
some of
is
that
huge
Inoue.
sword.
Yeah, that
Shikai is
huge
a
ass
huge
like
sword.
axe.
So then, what
sword
the hell
blade.
was the sword initially? Just nothing? Just a sword?
Yeah, that was just his sword. Like
Oh, okay.
I think it was like an imperfect Shikai or something. I don't know.
like Ichigo's was.
Yeah, he had kind of like that massive cock sword in the like very first chapters.
Yeah.
Right, and then he achieved finally the form of the Shikai that he wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Without the hand guard or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, without the hilt. Pretty good for combat.
I just wanted to like go on a little bit of speculation here. When he initially did that little like slice into the air thing, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting him to like summon something from another portal as his new power, another dimension, and like it like gobbles up the lightning or whatever.
Before
it
he
does.
says Getsuga.
Yeah, before he gets. I was so excited. I was like, "What's gonna happen?" And I hit next panel, and I was like, "Oh my god, Getsuga!"
Oh, like he would absorb the lightning. And
Yeah, into that thing. Like,
that'd be pretty cool.
and then the slut bitch is just like, "I can't hang," and she whips out like a Volstande. Like her Volstande wasn't even that cool.
Oh, dude, she has lightning coming out of her eyes. I didn't notice that.
Oh.
Shocking.
Go home.
I am home, bro.
Like electrocution, that was her strongest move, and like, what did it do? Did he just dodge it? Is that what it was? Like,
I don't know.
are you like seeing what I'm seeing here?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm watching it, yeah.
she drops like the lightning pillar of all lightning pillars that makes like Yamamoto's right hand man look like a bitch, and then Ichigo's like, "Nah, I'm just over here chilling. Nothing happened."
If you could have one of these just 4 chicks' powers, whose would you have?
It depends on what sort of scenario you're in, right?
No, it's just whose power would you have?
No, are we in like an everyday scenario? Or are we talking about in a world of like,
Bleach.
yeah, where you have to like compete against like people with similar powers?
Just
'Cause
have
if I
it.
was-
If tomorrow you woke up and you had one of these powers, whose would you want? That's
So
what I
in
mean.
everyday life.
Right, yeah.
In La Palma,
But I mean, you could
California.
use it. You could use it how you want, for good, for bad.
Okay, so what do we have here? We have the electricity one.
Electricity,
We have the cockroach zombie one.
the zombie
right?
bitch.
get blood on someone, you can control him. And then you have
the heart one is apparently superhuman strength. Like that is apparently her power, which I guess is the most practical to this world. Like
I think the zombie one is the coolest one, but I couldn't hang with that power because it would just be psychologically too traumatizing.
You'd have to be hardcore to be good at that.
I'd want the
power.
electric one, I guess.
Yeah. I could like go like charge someone $1 million for my electricity
and
for a
just
year.
give you free electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edison,
you'd be like the renewable source of energy that the world's been needing.
Yeah.
Dude, and the government would like come find you and then they lock you up and
just use you permanently
for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Yeah, we live in a shit world, man.
I would take the maybe the superhuman strength, become like a football player. They just give me the ball and
then like, one day you're gonna accidentally rage a little too hard and
then kill someone
off a guy's head.
Yeah.
You'll be again experimenting.
Yeah.
And they'll find
you. You just can't win in this situation.
How did you do that? And
dude, you would like stiff arm someone and their head would go flying off.
Yeah.
It would just be this disaster.
Maybe the mouth bitch. Maybe the mouth bitch wouldn't be that useful.
They wouldn't be useful at all.
I don't see where I would use her at all.
Maybe as like a Halloween costume, like people like, whoa, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
Like special effects, dude.
Yeah.
Special effects.
It's kind of like a shock value type thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Someone's like fucking with you, you just like make it.
Yeah, no one
you
would
make
ever
like
believe you.
You make a giant mouth come out of your like pinky finger and then just like bite their head off.
We'd go back to that one beach and eat those manhole-sized pancakes and make it happen this time.
Stupid.
Oh, dude, yeah, nice throwback reference there.
TB,
that no one's gonna understand.
TB.
Yeah, no one knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe I think the zombie one would be cool, but
Dude,
like you said, Alex, it's too gnar.
You'd have to be a boss.
It's too much responsibility.
Yeah, dude. Like every single time you got a cut, man. Like, what if like you got like a gash or something and actually got blood on someone and they're just gonna be a zombie for the rest of their lives?
Yeah,
dude. I think this is Kuba's subtle commentary on AIDS. with this character.
Wow.
They're controlled by.
Don't bleed on other people, or people will get
that's
infected.
Messed up, man.
Did Kubo recently take a trip to Africa?
Probably.
Well,
Dude,
it would make sense considering how little development there is in his story.
Yeah.
On the side,
how little developed Africa is. It's like a parallel he's making to the real world.
He just wants to live where his life is actually like,
significant.
It reflects his work.
Guys are so racist.
Okay, so Justin would take super strength. Alex.
Electricity.
Electro.
Electro.
I guess just for the sake of being different, I'll take the mouth, bitch.
And do nothing with it.
You would.
Do nothing with it, right?
Well, he could eat his food from like his bed though.
That'd be like the greatest thing for John ever.
Yeah, it would be.
I'd be like the what's it called? From Seven, that fat guy. Just never get up.
Oh Jesus, man. Yeah, if we were living with him, he would just be like, "Hey guys, dump it in my mouth real quick."
Yeah, just leave it on the table. I'll get it.
And then we would just take a piss in his.
John, what did we say about eating the whole refrigerator? All right, you got to eat just the food inside.
Do you think she can extend all of her appendages, or just like a mouth? Everything's a mouth.
I don't know, man. She's just. I feel like of the four, like she has the weirdest power. Like what the fuck? Like,
yeah. This is almost like a Fantastic Four kind of vibe going on here.
Actually, what this reminded me of was we're going back to the Dragon Ball Z thing, but what is it? The Ginyu Force. You know what I'm talking about? It's like
a little
bit.
They're missing Captain Ginyu though.
Yeah, I know, but it just
Bambietta.
reminds me of it though. There are these four quirky, uniformed people, right? And they're beating the hell out of Vegeta, or no, not Vegeta.
Piccolo, right?
Kenpachi. And and then, sure enough, Goku comes and saves the day, and he's like toying around with them and just like kind of him up. It's
but
like
Goku did have a hard time against Captain Ginyu.
That's only because he switched bodies. Yeah, so the specifics of like the character powers and what they can do to the characters are different, but the scenario it reminds me of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mainly the fact that like, they're like
what
homies.
a classic foursome.
Yeah.
Ginyu Force is so great.
Yeah, except
they're a gem, man. They're a gem in like this medium.
A true iconic moment in manga history.
Anime too, man. That shit was choice.
I'm hoping to see like Ichigo chuck like Getsuga's like without having to make plus signs. Like since he has double the swords, like He can
Just
just
like
chuck
parallel lines.
Yeah.
Parallel lines. Like hashtags and like, waffle fries. It's just like
Hashtag
Order up,
get to get Tensho.
just like
Oh,
slice,
dude,
slice,
you could
slice,
totally
slice.
do hashtags, man. That's
Yeah,
fucking tight.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm imagining it working perfectly. Like, yeah, that would be pretty.
Hashtag YOLO, and he kills him.
Hashtag Jetsuga Tensho.
Get to the YOLO.
Except now it's that other thing, get to get OG show or something.
Yeah, Juji show.
Juji show.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, give us your best Getsuga Juji show in a loud Japanese.
Hatred.
Jetsuga Juji show.
Nice.
Yeah. That
So
was good.
for all our listeners, Japanese, or he's our only Japanese guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Although
pretty
John,
good. I approve.
although
Actually,
John
that
Hales,
wasn't even my best one, man. It's not my final form.
yeah, I feel like you weren't in your samurai armor, and you weren't ready for this.
Yeah,
Although John hails from Japan, Alex is the one that actually hails from Japan. John is just
Right.
there
he's
temporarily.
a poser.
Yeah, he's just.
I am.
Yeah, he doesn't
Dude.
fit in there.
Everyone here thinks I'm Indian, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do Indian people get that large though?
I don't. I guess they tend to be on the
Skinny, small,
smaller end. Yeah.
like Filipino people. Like
Yeah, but
Indian
then John's
people?
up.
Dude, they're like black, man. I'm not that black.
Yeah, maybe not anymore.
Not no more.
When I first met you though, I was like, "What? Who?
Is this? Yeah.
Why? Is that a bear?
Is that a bear?
Is that an American grizzly black bear?"
So I guess real quick we'll wrap up Bleach with some predictions.
Yes, of course. Predictions. Let's see. It kind of like left it not so open ended. Like, I'm gonna predict that the lightning bitch doesn't die. I don't know why I would, but I want to say that she's gonna survive, like barely alive. And the other bitches are like, "Well, man, maybe we can't hang," and then they bring in like additional backup. And then like Ichigo takes out all of them just to show another like, "Look how strong I am" chapter. Like, that's what I'm predicting.
My prediction is that I hope that we don't spend more time on this segment. this like fighting these 4 people because
Yeah.
I don't.
You
give a
think
shit about it.
Juhabak's gonna step?
Not yet.
No.
There's
They're
probably
gonna
going
dance?
to be at least another maybe 1 or 2 bigger upper people that get established as like we need to bring Ichigo down a peg a few so that Juhabak feels more like if Juhabak showed up right now then it's like, oh, okay, they're kind of like even ground, but
They
we need to
dropped
like establish a hierarchy, right? That's the way.
Bleach.
That's
We
the way
need to
Bleach
do
works.
we need to do that, but I don't think Kubo's gonna do that.
Just even lazier, just like, all right, just main course, there you go.
Yeah, he's gonna. He might.
Final
That'll
battle,
just
here
be
you
him
go.
dropping his his trump card too early. Right? Really.
Freeze the final form. Yeah, actually, what's interesting is like something I am kind of actually wondering is how is Ishida gonna be used? Like the guy is so freaking weak, right? He hasn't done anything special in a long time.
Yeah. Other than
And-
like he's like, what was it like one of the family members that Juhabak couldn't like steal the Quincy powers from, right? That's why
He's like one of the
appointed him.
last pure-blooded.
Yeah, he's one of the
Quincy families.
last pure blood. Yeah.
So
He
he,
has to
must
have
have
some-
something special about him.
Yeah, there has to be some significance other than his fighting.
Yeah, I
prowess.
just want to know how he plays out though. Do you think? I mean, because this is Bleach, right? So like on some level, I'm expecting that he is gonna like have a gnarly power up and he's gonna come in and probably fight Ichigo. I think.
Dude, he's gonna
right?
fight. He's gonna fight Chad, dude.
Chad. Dude, what happened to fucking Chad? Where's he been?
Sado.
those arms.
No
and
idea,
flight.
He
man.
got such a cool power too. I was like looking forward to him and
Inoue.
being more like part of the
Especially
story.
Inoue, that heel shit.
Yeah, that was crazy. Her powers are really unique, and they just
Yeah.
got thrown to the sideline. They were Krillin and
That's like-
Piccolo,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, she has like a god tier full
They,
bring,
they were Krillin and Bulma, dude.
basically.
Like when like they introduced like, oh, Chad was like, this is my defensive arm, it is not my power arm, and he like does like the other arm. I thought that was kind of cool, but then I was like, that's gonna be useless against anyone else. Like,
He had such
Dude,
a sick
I didn't know
power,
Chad
though,
was
man.
Russian, man.
Like, like at one point, I figured, eventually his whole body will holofy,
Yeah.
not just his arms, and he'd become like a huge like transformer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he'd be like crazy, and then he'd get like a transformer's sword, and a transformer like shield on top of his shield arm. And so it's like fucking great. I don't know.
And then he could use like all the hollow abilities like.
It's kind of like
Flash Step or whatever.
It's kind of like that guy in the Naruto series. What's his name? The guy who was the original Curse Seal Bearer in Hawk Team 7.
Jugo.
Yeah, Jugo. You know how Jugo has those like rocket power like arms? Like
that was cool actually.
Yeah, it's kind of like similar. I was thinking, I was hoping he'd be a bigger deal, but
like when Jugo like
especially during the Hollowify arc. You know, remember when Ichigo figures out how to like have the mask on? For, like, a little bit. I thought maybe they'd get that because they have like little bits of hollow in them, right? Isn't that what Chad
Definitely.
has? Right, so like that was like a perfect opportunity for them to get like way stronger and relevant into the story, and unfortunately they're pretty sidelined.
Dude, and it would be fucking awesome if Inoue could like expand her power so she could use those things as like armor or something, or like combat relevant. But so she's not just like support.
He went over this. It's because her personality is too bitch made that she can't do combat. Like the more like intent she has of hurting them, the stronger that attack shit was. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't personally want to see her as
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather her be more
healed.
But like significant in that like her. Because her powers are super unique, right? Like at one point, wasn't it Aizen who wanted her because of all the fucking powers that exist in deity, and it's like this human girl had this like ability that was just like so crazy that he needed her, right? And she should have just kept on developing her powers until it got to like you were saying, God tier, where it could only be used like in certain circumstances, but like they were enough to like really change the tide of war, you know? Like, that would have been much more interesting to me, but unfortunately, that's not the way it works.
Were we talking about how, like, Inoue could potentially be inducted into, like, the Royal Guard, or was that something that actually was talked about in the story?
I don't know, but that sounds like that I could see that happening. Or, I mean,
she's not dead, dude. She's still alive. She's still a human.
She's dead.
Where is she, though? I don't even remember
any...
I don't really know what the hell's going on with any of these
characters. Dead in the water.
She and Chad are in La Noche.
Oh, yeah. That's
right.
Not
La Noche, but the Hollow World.
Yeah, the Hollow World, yeah.
I think we're waiting for some grand entrance by, like, what's his name? Grimjo?
Grimjo. Oh, I love Grimjo, man.
They kind of, like, alluded to him coming back, but...
They did.
I'm assuming we're waiting for them.
Because he, like, saved them in that world, didn't he?
They kind of, Kubo did that classic, like, show the ankle only. So I think we're supposed to assume that was...
Muslim people got super excited.
Someone relevant.
Oh my god. And then the next scene is just like, Chad and like, just like slaughtered.
Yeah.
Grimjaw's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. I fucking hate you.
Why are you back here?
This is my world now. Alright, to move on to Naruto, chapter 679, She of the Beginning. That's, now that I've read the chapter, that title is very, very cool, actually. She of the Beginning. She of the Beginning. I don't know if that's how, like, Japanese people can say that, like, she of the beginning with, like, proper English grammar, but whatever, it's cool. Basically what happens is, Madara becomes, boned and useless and disappears in the story, pretty much. Unless they bring him back somehow. Boned, useless, disappears. Sasuke and Naruto are like, bro, like, where's all this chakra coming from? They try to stop Black Zetsu from doing what he's doing. He, like, tries to jack their chakra. He gets thrown back. They reveal that they want to make a shitload of white Zetsus, which makes no sense if everyone... I won't even go there yet. Kaguya is born. She has an awesome character design. Freaking horns from her head. Straight devil, demon, she-devil looking thing.
Hair for days.
Yeah, hair for days. Eric Hanna status. I guess not really Eric Hanna status. And then Naruto and Sasuke realize how much despair they really are in. She has the Byakugan like they said before. She has like the ultimate eye like they said before. She references two additional names other than Indra and Ashura, who were the Sage's kids, who are probably, she says Hagoromo and Hamura, which were, the names weren't revealed before, but the characters were revealed before as the Sage and his brother, which there's always two brothers, there's never just one guy.
Or 3.
And then at the end of the story, she just turns the floor into lava. Straight child's play, man.
Don't touch the floor, dude. Don't touch the floor.
All right, let's get into this.
It's kind of cool.
So actually, I like the color page. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's
dude. It makes you
very like
ditch this series and see a different Naruto, right? Medieval
Naruto.
Naruto.
I would be so down for this kind of series. Like,
where Kakashi's a wizard.
Yeah.
It looks like
a fantasy series.
What is it? It's not Dragon Hunter, Monster Hunter. There's like a series that I remember Akira Toriyama, he did the art for it. It's a video game.
Oh, Monhun?
Is it Monster Hunter?
There is a game called Monster Hunter.
I think that's what it was.
I think
it's
it is
like
Monster Hunter.
You collect all sorts of it's kind of like Pokemon, right? You can only bring 3 monsters with you, and then when you meet monsters in the wild, you give it meat, and if you give it enough meat, it might follow you, and so it goes to the farm, and then you can breed the monsters you catch, and you like get interbred monsters, and then like you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, that game is all the rage here right now. Actually, they're on Monster Hunter 4, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's kind of exactly like that. The style. I mean,
a friend of mine, Japanese friend of mine named June, plays Monster Hunter like an addict, and from when I would see him play, he would just go into the wild and hunt monsters. So I didn't know that breeding was a thing, and now we'll bring it back to Naruto. Yeah.
Sorry for getting sidetracked.
So,
so Madara's gone, guys.
Yeah, pretty much. Just
do you think he's totally gone, or
if he is totally gone, he is totally gone just as quick as he showed up. Just what?
Yeah, it was very anticlimactic for his character.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of fucked up, actually.
Yeah. How he just
the greatest thing he got to do was fight Guy.
get his ass kicked by Guy.
That's how anticlimactic his like whole saga was.
So I mean, technically, the hierarchy goes Guy, Madara, Hashirama, and then the rest of the Hokages, right?
Yep.
No, it goes Guy and then everybody else. Actually.
Quick question though. Those little black circles around Naruto, those are like the little like black hole circles that Obito was using?
Yeah, I think so.
And he could pull those stakes out of there?
Mm-hmm.
Not the kind of stakes that I want.
Are they kind of like Wait, no, I remember Madara was using those and they just like dominated. They like wrecked, right?
Yeah.
If you get hit by those black things, it
it
like nullifies jutsu, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like some sort of like antimatter, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like some crazy indestructible material that only sage people can use.
And he has it, but he's not using it very well.
You should just throw that shit right at Kaguya's eyes, man. Like, game over.
Yeah.
Or like the hair that she's using to wrap around it.
Yeah, he could have just like,
slice it up,
you can't steal my chakra any further.
Yeah, I guess Madara's gone. But maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll, like... You know how, like, Athena was born from, like, Zeus's forehead or something? Oh, no.
Yeah. She was born from Zeus's head.
Maybe Madara will pop back out of Kaguya's eyes or something. It'll be brutal as fuck.
Oh my god.
And then he'll just, like, stab her heart and, like, eat it. That'd be awesome. I'm really hoping
and
that
then
happens.
gain control and then be the top villain again and then
just like back and forth
just
between
back and
the
forth,
two.
and then Kaguya comes back out like, oh my will.
It's just like an endless cycle. That everyone's just watching. Like, okay, guys.
Whenever you're ready, we are.
Yeah. Because that's kind of what's been happening this whole time. Like first Obito, right? He's the bad guy, and now
Madara,
talk no jutsu.
The great reveal.
Yeah. Then Madara, now Kaguya. Are we gonna get another big reveal again? Do you think another villain?
I don't
or
think
is this
so.
is this Ganon?
I don't think they're gonna do another one because at that point it's just I think Kishi realizes that you're kind of getting a little ridiculous there.
Hopefully he realizes.
Well, okay, you know what? I think the thing they're gonna reveal that it's not gonna be relevant to the story itself, as in like what's going on with the characters we're invested in, but it is gonna be part of like the universe canon. Is that we're probably gonna get a reveal about Kaguya's enemies, right? Because she's like trying to make an army for what, right? She's an alien from another planet, so she probably fights some other alien.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think she's an alien, man.
No, that's what they said. She said she was from a distant like land, not from the world, and she just kind of showed up, right? Isn't that
I didn't know.
Origin story?
I heard distant land, but I don't know if it was from another world. I thought it was just like maybe from a different continent. Cause
I remember. I wanted to bring this up in the previous podcast.
It's like Europeans going to the New World.
It's stupid.
Like that.
No. It was like, I remember specifically, it was like, Hagoromo was like, yeah, she was an alien, and like Naruto's like, an alien, and he's like, listen, that's not important though. Anyway, so he just keeps on going, and I was like, how is that not incredibly important? Like, what? There's aliens in Naruto? Like,
I really hope they don't go into alien territory.
Yeah, I don't remember them ever even bringing up the word alien, but my memory is always hazy, so maybe. One thing that I wanted to discuss though was, if everyone, it kind of goes with what you were saying, not the alien part, but like her enemies, because if everyone in this world is captured into like that sleep by the tree, and she turns all of them into white zetsus, who the hell are they going to be fighting? Like, there's no one in this world left.
No, she's creating an army, so I think without a doubt that implies that there's something she needs to fight that she's unable to fight by herself, right?
Yeah, and she said that she's trying to save this world, her garden. So maybe
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Some other forces come in and she's trying to fight them off. I don't know. I guess there is a next great revealer left over.
I actually don't think she's creating an army. I think, like you just said, Justin, you quoted how she said, "Oh, this place is like my garden," right?
Yeah.
She says it's like my precious nursery. I think she just wants to make a bunch of lifeless husks over which she can rule and have no conflicts. I don't know if she's trying to make an army necessarily. I'm not getting that vibe.
Well, she said, actually, to refute you, bitch, is that she said, hold on. Something about you can't turn anyone into soldiers. You think just regular people can be used in battle? The Black Zetsu asks them that. So she's definitely going to use them in battle.
What page?
Page 10 at the bottom.
Yeah, I think I see.
You think just regular people can be used in battle?
John, I told you.
Zoo.
I understand what you're saying, though. I get that vibe, too, and I'm actually hoping that is what it is, because I don't really want to focus on any other bigger problems, you know? Like, I feel like
exactly.
This manga needs to centralize a little bit more, I think. But, like, I think judging off what they're saying, it's kind of like almost impossible not to get some sort of implication that something else is going to happen. Because, the guy does say you think just regular people can be used in battle. I think which implies that, she wants an army for something. Although, I would prefer it that she just wants to turn everyone into white zetsu so they can be lifeless husks to rule over. Because that's like the whole thing. That's like the theme of Naruto, right?
She wanted to rule.
It's like, what versus what, right? Do you want like peace, but then like to have real?
Yeah, it's like how do you attain peace, right?
Yeah, to have real and absolute peace would mean that everyone is kind of like a lifeless husk, because no one really has a desire and no one really has like what's real, what's not real, right? Like imaginary worlds where we're in a genjutsu and we're just in a dream state where things aren't really real, right? And it's kind of like
communism.
It's like kind of
right, like communism.
It's like,
so here's a question then. This kind of begs the question, like, obviously Madara and Kaguya have very different views of how to maintain what they want as peace. So if you had to choose some method, whose is better? Because she's actually like taking everyone's chakra and turning people into nothing, right? She's erasing their existence, and she'll rule the world how she wants, but it'll be peaceful. Well, actually, that's clearly worse. What am I saying? That's clearly worse. But I don't know. Maybe when they're Zetsus, they're still in their dream.
Yeah,
like
they.
They're still
I
used
think.
as tools.
Well, they are when they're connected to the tree, but I'm assuming
once they're
Zetsu'd, then their existence is gone and they get released and they have to follow orders. Right?
Yeah, they're no longer actual humans.
Yeah.
Dang, if there is no other enemy that she actually wants to fight, what a like boring existence this world she's created would be.
Yeah.
Right? If this whole thing were to succeed and she kills all her enemies and she has just a bunch of white Zetsus like as friends.
Well, she doesn't want friends though, right? Like this lady is like absolutely soulless. She doesn't really need affection or anything. She just wants control. Right? That's like the
right,
point
yeah.
of
That's true. Her power gave birth to like conceit, right? That's kind of what they were alluding to.
If you really think about it, man, like this whole thing is so incredibly sexist. Like if you really think about it, because like originally like they're saying
yeah, I think it's sexist in multiple ways.
It's like he's like
Sakura's
when
useless.
you think like I don't know. There's
Yeah,
a scene where like Naruto is talking to the sage of the sixth path, Hagoromo, right? And he and his brother, they're Kaguya's sons, right? Right. So essentially, like in this dialogue, what he's saying is, "Oh, my mom, my goddamn mom just can't fucking get it together.
Fucking bitch.
She's such a bitch. She just wants to control everyone." But we're like really enlightened. Her sons, we're really enlightened, and we know the way things ought to be. So here, listen, I'm gonna give you power to take over my mom, who I can't fight.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why aren't you out there fighting them?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
what?
Yeah, what are you
why
guys?
the hell? Why is everyone else's chakra being? Why is everyone else's like I guess will being passed down except for the sages?
Because the sage is still alive.
He's not alive. He's kind of.
He is. Though.
He's like a chakra entity, right?
Yeah.
He's just
So-
kind of...
He's more of a god than a human.
He needs to take a more active stance in this fucking
exactly,
conflict,
right.
man. He's just like watching.
That's your mom fucking shit up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
why don't you get your ass out?
Yeah.
Why do I have to go slap your mom? You should be slapping your mom.
Yeah. No,
And,
but
like,
I mean
his
that's
sons-
what I'm saying though. Is like that extreme sort of sexism where it's like, well, the sons, the men, they'll always have like a sort of better understanding of the way the world should work. And so Hagoromo
Right.
and
It's
his
a man's
brother,
world,
yeah,
right.
it's a yeah.
Sakura's
And it's like
useless.
if women are in control, then dude, they'll just make us all lifeless husks. Is like the sort of extreme sexist like message.
They can't control their emotions and will become lifeless us.
Right.
Hillary Clinton 2016.
But
Another thing that I read that like I was trying to read into the words a little too much maybe, but they called it the holy tree. Now, in like a religious context,
Shinju?
like if it's holy, that means it was like, God level.
Mm-hmm.
And like that would mean that like Kaguya and like her two sons, Hamura and Hagoromo, they were essentially like god level esque, and like somehow Indra and Ashura weren't. I don't know.
well, yeah, I mean, as they kept on birthing kids, like I guess the bloodline eventually like diluted. Right?
Diluted, yeah. So like Indra and Ashura's like god sense is that they can have their will reborn into others, whereas like what's his face, the sage can like have his entity still like, or his presence still be alive through the generations, and Kaguya can actually be reborn like physically. Like,
Talking about bloodlines,
tears.
I'm surprised that these like Kake Genkai, how do you say it?
Kake Genkai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not more diluted because all of these powers are falling into like only some families, but you can't tell me that like through thousands of years of like constant
Just
warfare-
inbred constantly.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like
They should
that
all be
doesn't
like
follow
retarded,
any kind of
right?
historical logic, right?
Yeah.
Like people they don't interbreed, they like breed with other, they like rape and all that, and they spread the seed, and you can't tell me like there wouldn't be other
Dude,
Sharingan
rape
users
doesn't
out
rape
there.
doesn't exist in Naruto, dude. Shh, come on.
Right, it's a pure world. It's a pure world. Yeah.
But it is Japanese though.
Right? Oh god. Yeah, but I mean, this is shonen manga.
Oh
man.
goddamn, dude!
This is
That was a subtle little blow there.
Oh, you know what's interesting is okay, so Kaguya, right? There is a Kaguya clan in the Naruto universe.
Oh, dude, I was gonna, yeah,
And
Go ahead.
it's the bone guy, the guy that Orochimaru originally wanted to put his body in.
Kimimaru?
Kimimaru, yeah, the guy who fights Gaara and Lee, right? He's part of the Kaguya clan, and if you look
Really?
at him, he looks really, really similar.
Yeah, pale.
to Kaguya. And so that kind of brings up some interesting questions too. Like,
You're right.
Do you think she's gonna start like shooting bones at everybody?
no, I don't think so.
Do you think they just took the name like because she was kind of revered as a god, and they just like took the name Kaguya, or
Maybe,
do you think
I
there's
guess.
some?
I don't know, man. Maybe are they part of the bloodline? Who knows?
It
You know?
was a clan that was all about war. That much is certain. And on their foreheads, they had these two markings, which Kaguya also has.
Yeah, her eyebrows are two dots essentially.
Yeah. Bitch.
Yeah, right there. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Two
see him. I
dots.
see him.
yeah.
But then she also has the Byakugan. So somehow the...
They got diluted, right? It's almost like the Kaguya clan is like the Senjus of the Kaguya. Like
and the...
inheriting the body, but not necessarily anything else.
Yeah, and then the... What are they called? Hinata, what was it?
Hinata is Hyuga.
And the Hyuga clan picked up the
Oh,
eyes.
so yeah, maybe. So
But
Hyuga
one
and
would-
Kaguya's are kind of like the Senjus and the Uchihas. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
That would be interesting, but it's just weird to think like no other people in this universe have these eye powers and stuff. Like the dojutsu couldn't have just been interbred through tons of generations. That's ridiculous.
How Asian culture works is, I don't know about all Asian culture, but like once you like pick up a bride, like you bring the bride into your clan. So any kids that you have will be taken into your family.
Yeah, but what about
and you
all the
bring them
women
in.
that go out? Though, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, no, I think John's right though. But I mean, it's like that question could be applied to like even us humans, right? It's like, I mean, granted we don't have eye powers, but on some level we're
I
all
have eye
related,
powers.
right?
Well, I guess that's kind of evidenced by reality, right?
Yeah.
Like so much of our genetic diversity is spread everywhere, but
Especially
because
you,
of all these people, like these soldiers in like ancient times that just went around raping who they conquered. So
yeah, man, Koreans.
it's interesting, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I agree. There's way too many non-diluted powers that are like segmented in clans, and it's like there's just no way they're not all mentally handicapped, right?
Do you think Indra and Ashura have always been reincarnating into these two clans only? Because they've had other vessels, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, Naruto is of the Uzumaki clan. He's not even from the Senju clan.
Well, the Uzumaki
Isn't
clan,
he a
isn't
distant
it, like,
cousin of-
It's kind of
distant cousin,
it's yeah, but it's not. But that's the point, though. It's not a Senju, right? So I mean,
That's
like,
true.
what other clans are there that maybe they're not specifically Senju, but they're kind of related, right? Because maybe some Senjus went out and
You're
had
right,
abilities.
because Sasuke is directly the Uchiha,
yeah,
and Naruto technically isn't directly Senju at all.
yeah, he's like slightly Senju.
Yeah, because like
He's kind of like a second cousin
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
Namikaze, like I feel like I don't know the relation between Namikaze and Senju, and then like Uzumaki and Senju, I think they have a more closer relation. Yes, the Uzumaki clan,
Yeah.
right?
They're like the brother clan. They're like there's
like an
a sister
offshoot,
clan.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the brother clan. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah. Which I kind of want to know more about the Namikaze clan,
Yeah, I definitely want to too.
because
Yeah, we know nothing about them really.
He took a lot after his dad, like a lot after his dad. So maybe they become relevant again.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe Namikaze are also like brother clans to the Senju or something.
That would make sense then. That how he became like a Senju reincarnate. If like Namikaze and Uzumaki were both just like brother clans, dodging around, beating around the bush.
Just like second cousins getting with second cousins, man.
I feel like this is a
That's definitely how they roll though in this universe. I
Yeah.
think just interbreeding a lot. Sasuke should have like 6 toes on one foot.
6 toes on his face. You mean?
Yeah.
I think this opens a door to have them bring Hinata back into the story. Unfortunately,
Bring who back in the story?
Hinata,
You mean
Oh,
just
yeah.
the Hyuga
yeah,
Hyuga
like just
relatives?
Hyugas in general.
Yeah.
One thing though is she has this third eye from
The tree.
becoming out of the Madara, right? Because Madara took it from the tree and he had the third eye, and then she became out of Madara, so she has the third eye now.
She always had the third eye.
Yeah,
No,
had
she
the-
didn't, though.
Yeah, she did in the flashbacks. Hey, hold on.
I swear she didn't though.
Yeah, she can use all 3 dojutsu. I think Madara
Yeah,
couldn't.
she has a
Right?
line
He could
of
only
her
use.
eyes right there. It's just closed.
I think she's the only one who can use all 3 dojutsu, right?
Yeah, and it's
I-
like Madara unlocked it by getting closer to the moon and being closer to Kaguya. That's how he got it. I think the eye comes from the tree, right? She ate the fruit and then she got the eye. Isn't that the way? it
Yeah,
works?
the Sharingan
Yeah.
/ Rinnegan.
So
was from
somehow
there.
she had the Byakugan
from
before
the
that, but then from eating the tree, she got the
The
Shana
eye, yeah.
Rinne Sharingan.
Rinnegan or the Shari. Okay.
Shari
Sharingan.
Rinnegan.
Shari Rinnegan.
Sharingan. Sharingan, bitch.
Yeah. Here's I was you know how we were talking about Gamamaru earlier?
Yeah.
The
toad.
frog sage. You know how he like okay, so there's this thing that a lot of people like to criticize about literature or whatever, storytelling, even like modern cinema of like the great white savior. And so Naruto is clearly like supposed to sort of mirror the great white savior, right? Like blonde hair, blue eyes.
Okay.
Do you take any like resentment to that? Cause I remember that's like what the frog like prophesized, right? It's like this kind of blonde hair, blue-eyed kid is gonna save the world, right? So do you take any like resentment to that? Because a lot of people do in storytelling these days.
Yeah, but that's just because like it's not cool to be white anymore.
I don't know. I mean, I guess until you pointed it out, Naruto has never really been. I've never associated him as a white person.
Right. I mean, his name is Naruto Uzumaki, but he's got blonde hair, blue eyes.
Blonde hair, blue eye. That's true.
Why?
But I mean,
why
I don't think that's necessarily so much like. I don't think the intention there is to associate him as a white individual so much as it is just a creative freedom or creative freedom expression. To just it's an anime and manga, so you can just make whatever characters whatever hair they want. Give them whatever color eyes they want.
Yeah, how I see this is that like Sasuke looks like your typical Asian guy, and he like fit into society better as a genius as a young kid. And Naruto was like the guy that like nobody liked. They were like, "Man, get this kid out of here." He looked completely different.
Yeah, it was
everyone.
more about like a more clearly expressive like.
He's different.
Of not only that he's different, but that he has a little bit more, I guess, fire in his. He's more passionate, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of more seeable out of.
But
colors,
to play devil's
right?
advocate, like what other protagonists in manga have blonde hair, blue eyes?
In manga?
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Well, it doesn't.
When they go Super Saiyan, did they have blue eyes?
Yeah. Green eyes.
Yeah. I don't think they had blue eyes though.
They had green eyes. They had green eyes.
Basically the same. So even that could be something. But
yeah, but again, like no one
Naruto always
associates Goku as even when he
of
like.
Course,
it's not like when he turns
because he's
when he turns Super
hair.
Saiyan though. It's not like he went white. Right? It's like he went Super Saiyan. It's just like it's just you took the freedom to color it to show an obvious characteristic change just to more easily express that this guy's different from what he was before.
He power up the great reveal.
Yeah, in that case I don't really read into it, but I mean in this I think a lot of like critics who subscribe to that train of thought would apply it to Naruto. And I actually didn't think of it until I read about
like I could totally
that
see that if maybe like in the beginning Naruto comes in and he's like, yo, listen, y'all need to like throughout the manga he just has subtle ways of saying that the Western way of living is like better than the Eastern. Then I could see that if it's like, listen, like you need to like follow along the American ways or like what like ramen, like no dude, it's all about bacon and like over easy eggs, man. Like if I saw that, then I'd be like yes. But Naruto is without a doubt like Japanese, which is kind of like where because that's where the source is. It's a Japanese manga artist. It's like it's very culturally Japanese from the first place. So I just don't associate the guy with white at all, just because he's
also another counterpoint to throw in. Ino has blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's useless. So the white man savior thing. Maybe it also goes in with the women are useless thing. Yeah. Maybe that like counters each other. But
maybe that's kind of like Kishimoto's like stereotypical view of
women,
Western women, right? No, Western.
No,
women,
it's not just Western women. It's women in general. This is shonen manga, man. Shonen manga puts huge emphasis on the male lead, and women as nothing more than just like the heterosexual love interest. So it's not. There's nothing really different there.
Bearer of our seeds.
Because it's not just right? Sakura's useless. Tenten is useless.
Of the Sannin, like pretty much like Tsunade was useless.
Yeah.
But I mean like is the most ditzy, right? And I suppose that kind of is a bad rap of like Western women. They're just like kind of
I think you're okay. I guess if you want to read into that, but I still don't even see Ino as a Western woman. Like I don't see any of these characters and think, oh, they're Western. The only characters I see as Western are the Lightning country, which suddenly like there's like this huge population of black people who like to rap all the time.
Yeah,
that's very stereotypical of like Western the USA. America, but it's like otherwise these characters aren't, even if they have different color eyes and different colored hair, like they don't really represent white people to me. At least I don't feel like they are. So
yeah, I never felt like that either.
They don't embody that.
I'm just pointing something out to you guys. Like it's food for thought.
Now that you say it though, but B and A, just American black people, like overly large buff guys that like rap and are like way too athletic for their own good. I guess.
I think that was kind of just like
A fun
I don't
jab.
know. It's kind of just a
Poorly done joke.
I think he was trying to pull just for that character or for those character designs. He was just like, oh, I need something like totally different. Oh, I'll take this.
And like it helps like because they were like all about like well not all about but pretty much all about physical dominance, like especially A, like that guy was just physically beast, like the Kenpachi of that world, and like being huge and black, I guess, is
and
easier
you can never really take him seriously either, right?
the Raikage.
Yeah,
I
like,
couldn't take B
mean,
seriously at all, but the Raikage
you can't take them. You can take them seriously as in like, oh, they're a physical threat to you, but like in terms of like character conflict and like actually emotionally like really investing with them, like you can never really see them as like male leads in a story. They're just kind of like sideline characters,
additional characters
strong.
to add. Yeah,
because like I think that's, if you want to go into racism, that's kind of something that's worth more looking at, is how all of these characters, they have all like these characters, some of them have white traits if you're talking about physical attributes, but they're all inherently Japanese, which is like the only interesting.
That's kind of what I'm saying is like, yeah, it's a Japanese cultural thing and a Japanese medium, but he chose to give these attributes to the protagonist, right?
Yeah.
Blonde hair, blue eyes. That's like the crux of the Great White Savior complex. It's
yeah.
like,
I guess if we're talking about how like A and B were like drawn to and like made to be like American black people, then we can't ignore that Naruto's Great White Savior. Like I guess like we can't just choose to believe one and not the other. I mean, he wouldn't just have done that unless he's ridiculous.
I guess there are two sides to it. There's like one side where it's kind of like, okay, the guy comes from a distant land, he's gonna save everyone, kind of like Last Samurai, right? That's like intentionally one, like a European guy, he's gonna save this savage culture or whatever. And then there's kind of like Avatar, right? He's like a white guy in an alien body, and he saves everyone. It's not like he came to do that. I don't know. It's just like, you know, he's couched in this alien culture, but he's a white guy, and he's gonna save these people. It's kind of like that. Whether it's like, you know, he didn't choose that. I think.
Yeah, and
it's just circumstantial.
To like bolster your point, I guess that in all of those scenarios, they weren't accepted when they first went there. Just like in Naruto wasn't first accepted when he was a kid. Like Tom Cruise was pretty much attacked.
Yeah, but I mean, Naruto wasn't accepted because of his physical attributes. So he wasn't accepted because he
had the nine tails.
He was the monster.
Yeah, he was a physical representation of the nine tails. But and I see what you're saying though, John. I think it makes a lot more sense to me now that you've kind of given it a little bit more of a clear context. It's like there's something about it in the subconscious, maybe. Where
that's what it is.
Why is it necessary that Naruto can't look like
Luffy,
Sasuke.
right?
or Luffy, or like the Attack on Titan guy? What the fuck was this?
Eren,
yeah, Eren, which is like very clearly Japanese, black-eyed, black hair. Like, why is it necessary for him?
Even though they have,
especially when his personality is clearly Japanese, that he needs to have these.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people will argue for the fact that, you know, well, it's because, you know, it's just an illustration. It's like you can choose whatever you want. You can give him whatever you want, and it's like, yeah, that's true. But you can't deny that there's something about the color of the eyes and the color of and the color of the hair. Like, what does it remind us? It's like something out of the subconscious for sure.
Kind of like how the first and second Hokages look nothing alike, but they're brothers. Like, you can I'm trying to go with what you were saying. Like, you can just give them
it's
any
just
character
an illustration.
Design. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and
maybe it was just,
interesting.
you know, to make him pop. But I guess a lot of like, if someone who thinks like that was to read this manga, they would definitely pick that up right away. Whether that was Kishi's intention or not, which I'm sure it wasn't, but you know, it's.
I don't know. I don't think he would necessarily pick it up. I read Naruto, and my first impression of him wasn't, you know, like
white boy.
What the hell, you know, white boy. Like, why is this character looking so white? Actually, if anything, I feel like it is more picked out of when they're specifically looking like Japanese, like especially in Attack on Titan, where it's like kind of emphasized that there's all sorts of different ethnicities inside the walls, right? It's like, well, why are we focusing on this inherently very Japanese looking dude? It's like because it's a Japanese manga. And then at that point, it becomes more. It's more in my conscious every single time I read it that I'm reading a Japanese manga. Whereas in Naruto, it's just like I already kind of accepted him as this Japanese kid, and he just, they took the liberty of changing up his characteristics however they want. But every single time I go to it, I don't think white savior. I just think this is Naruto, the story Naruto.
Now that you brought it up, I'll think that all the time though, that he's the white savior. You should never have told me this.
No, I don't. No, I still don't associate it with him. I still stand by
the
I reasoning that it's like it doesn't. Yeah, it's not like he's coming in and saying it's all about the
savages.
white people, man. Yeah, it's like
this story is almost like a quintessential Japanese mythology. I feel like it's like it's a feudal system with like the feudal lords and ninja. Fucking like they draws from so much Japanese culture.
There were fucking samurai.
Yeah, there were samurai. So it's like so inherently Japanese that it's kind of easy to separate it. Just I wanted to
I do see your point though, and I think there is something to it because there are characters with pink hair in here. What color hair is Kakashi's hair?
Gray.
It's like gray.
It's like gray, right? So like there's a ton of colors of hair here that aren't resembled by any race here, and so you have to ask the question.
The Mizukage has red hair.
Yeah, you have to ask the question. Well, wait, hold on. Why doesn't Naruto have like red hair? Why doesn't he? Or I guess there are people with red hair, but why doesn't he have like
purple
neon hair,
green
or
hair.
something? It's like like if you want to go about crazy, then yeah. But he specifically chose yellow and blue eyes because it's like you just associated immediately with someone that you could take seriously and someone you could kind of empathize with, right?
Yeah,
it's been
like
established in Hollywood and like all these like big mainstream circuits. So it's like, I can kind of definitely see where you're going with this.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's all I wanted to point out there.
Mm-hmm.
The lines on Sakura's face, real quick. That's the same thing that Tsunade did to get her insta healing thing, right? Yeah. When she was fighting.
It's the same jutsu, yeah.
All right. Well, that was our discussion of Naruto. It was actually way deeper and more awesome than I expected it to be. That was actually we talked about a lot of random shit. I liked it.
Real quick
predictions.
Real quick.
All right, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Going back to DBZ, right? This scene of Madara blowing up that totally reminds me of Cell. Like he's about to, Goku's gonna come in and do the instant teleport to Kai's place.
Yeah, because he was gonna self-destruct.
He's gonna instant teleport him to the frog world.
Oh yeah, there you go. Naruto's gonna do the Kuchiyosu no Jutsu and bring him to the frog world. Milbuk-san and blow.
Drop him into the oil. What does that oil do? It like
seeps in natural energy.
It turns you into a frog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, drop her into that oil, dude. Problem solved. Then just like step on her when she's a frog. But yeah, quick predictions for next week.
Well, obviously they, fight with Kaguya, but other than that, I guess I don't really have predictions for the next week.
All right, here I have not for next week, but here's a prediction. Obito's gonna wake up. And he's gonna open up the portal, and he's gonna send Kaguya there, and she's gonna be stuck there forever.
Does he still have his Kamui power?
I think so. Yeah.
He still has one of his eyes.
In his right eye. Yeah.
He
still has it in his right eye.
Who has the other one?
Madara took it.
Oh yeah.
But Madara gone, son.
Yeah. He replaced it with the Rinnegan, so I don't know what he did with that other eye.
That's weird. You're right.
Yeah. I predict the fighting will continue. I'm not sure if anything.
For next week, for sure, the fighting will continue.
Maybe something big will happen, but
I'm expecting reveals. Just to go over predictions, I'm expecting reveals of obviously the Hamura, the sage's brother.
Oh yeah, because we don't know.
Oh yeah, for
we
sure.
don't know shit about him, and I'm expecting reveals of. I guess obviously they're here too, but of Kaguya's past, like what the hell is she like? Because that alien thing, I don't want to like completely say it's bullshit, but I'm like completely not sold on it right now. Like, I would need like a lot more discussion.
I looked at the scanlations, and I think I read like a manga panda one, and that's why it was wrong. But it's not alien; it's just all they say is a distant land.
Yeah,
so
she's
Naruto,
from somewhere completely.
And Naruto
different.
says, "Well, what distant land?" And he says, "Oh, it doesn't matter." But the translation I read was,
"She's Mexican. She's an illegal alien."
It was alien, and he's like, "She's an alien? Where's she from?" He's like, "It's not important." I was like, "Of course it's important." But then distant land, like, okay, maybe she was from a different continent. But I feel like she is an alien kind of because like she has those like horns, right?
Yeah,
like,
she looks way different. Well,
yeah.
I mean, the sage
like a
looks
demon,
ridiculous. The sage doesn't look anything human at all either.
No, that's because he's the son
yeah,
of this
son.
alien, though.
And oh yeah, also I want to see them reveal like how the Hyuga clan is related. That like is kind of big to me, like because the Hyugas have to be a bigger deal because they're obviously descendant from her. Like, there's no way they just like found her body somewhere. I was like, oh, her eyes look fucking weird. Like, what's all those veins and jack them? There has to be some sort of correlation. He's gonna try and bring back Hinata because he always tries to bring back Hinata. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. I feel like I'm buying into this whole like the women don't matter thing a little too much. Because I hate when he tries to bring in another woman. I'm just
That's
like,
because
dude,
he makes them inherently useless. If they were more, if you could rely on them more and they were actually helpful, then you would like it every single time they showed up. But because they can't do anything every single time you see them, you already write them off.
So I'm supposed to be writing them off, is what you're saying.
That's Kishi's fault.
Okay, cool. Fuck you, Kishi.
All right, take us home, Justin.
All right, man. That was our discussions this week. I like the discussion of, specifically of, when you brought up that Kimimaru is the Kaguya clan.
Yeah.
I thought that was like, I hadn't even considered that at all. He'd
Crazy.
been completely gone from my memory.
Definitely.
Shout out to that battle too, Gaara and Lee versus Kimimaru.
Yeah, that was
man.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you bring that up, that was the fight that got me into Naruto.
Oh, really?
That was the fight that I saw and was like, all right, I gotta start
It's
watching
pretty crazy,
this shit.
right? Yeah, that arc is amazing. I really like the rescue Sasuke arc. That was a really good one.
I'm hoping to see Madara come back because it's just sad if that's how he goes out. We'll next week we have another no One Piece, unfortunately, but
Tears.
we will have our Naruto One Piece Naruto Bleach discussion. It's been great.
Oh, you know what? I won't be here for 3 weeks though, because I'm going. To
Oh yeah, you're
New
leaving.
Zealand, yeah. I won't be back till the 29th.
Where's the car? We might bust the Oda and take like a long break.
Yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about though in the next podcast.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
And this isn't us going away. I promise. We're gonna force this issue, and this is gonna happen. All right. And your boy Jehan, we love you. Special thanks to our special guest from Japan, John.
Yo!
Special thanks to Alex for hooking it up with the mic. That's
Hey.
I didn't say that any time last week, but yeah, that's crucial. This here mic to have us in the same room. And we love you, and we're out. Any last words?
Nope. Peace
Have
out.
a good one. Peace.
All right, later, guys.